Coming up, we discuss NAMM recap, upfront info at Ping, Uber allows drivers to set their own rates, strategy for choosing rides, opting out for arbitration, and more. A special thanks to JT Legal Group. They can be reached by phone at 888-542-6351 or click the link at our website at kingofuber.com. From Southern and Central California, you're listening to the King of Uber podcast. This is episode 88. And here he is, the King of Uber, Johnny.
Hello. Welcome to another episode and another exciting new year in 2020 that we are in, to the King of Uber. If you hear a little background noise, that's my little kitty Kimchi playing with his little ball in his race car.
Aww.
And I actually closed the door and he opened it up and he came into the room. So I'm sorry for our listeners. I don't want to throw him out. So I know it's kind of been the sixth season these days. I got a little sick and it's all Dolph's fault.
Why is it Dolph's fault?
I don't know. Because
everything's his fault.
Do you smell that, Lonnie?
No, what's that?
Well, Dolph smells like Updog.
Talk about having a weird sense of humor, I think.
Do you know that? He smells like Updog, and I caught it from him.
I don't even know what that is.
What?
Let's move on.
We don't know what it is. You're supposed to say, "What's up, dog?" I'm supposed to answer this. Damn it, dog! You always ruin jokes. You and your damn sense of humor.
I was waiting for it.
I know he didn't say it. Dolph, you smell like Updog. You're supposed to say, "What's up, dog?" You don't do that with your customers?
You see, the thing is, you didn't set it up right.
Well, when my customers come in and smell like marijuana, I go, "Oh, man, you smell like Updog." I get them every time. They're like, "What's up, dog?" And I'm like, "What's up with you, dog?"
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Well, they're pot smokers. They're usually chill and they're pretty calm. And
yeah,
they usually like that joke. I don't do it to the 5 a.m. businessman that's going to John Wayne Airport.
Of course not. Of course not.
So how'd you guys' week?
It's good.
Yeah? Why is it good, Lonnie?
It's
been a crappy week for me.
Is it?
Catching a cold.
Oh, no. How long have you been sick, though?
It's my second day.
Oh, man. You got like 5 more days.
Nah, I'll be done too. I'm Asian. I heal faster.
Oh, goodness.
Went to the doctors today. They did some blood work. Drew some blood from me. I was actually about 8 pounds lighter than I thought I was. They told me my blood pressure is good, my heartbeat's good, and I went in there and I told them, I go, you know what? I'm going to be the healthiest patient you'll ever have. And the nurse started laughing, and then like, why do you say that? And I go, all my vitals are going to all come out good. My blood pressure, my heartbeat, everything's going to come out great. But I don't exercise and I eat crap all day. I sit on my ass all day. If I'm not sitting on my butt, I'm always laying down watching TV. So yeah, I got to probably go back in about a week to 10 days, find out what my blood results are, and long live the king.
Long live the king.
I made the PA say that. He's like, what? I said, yeah, I'm known as the king, so you have to say long live the king.
Wow.
Well, I tried to use the Updog on him, but didn't work like Dolph, so I don't know. So anyway, we had a good weekend at NAMM. Well, at least I had a good weekend at NAMM.
How'd it go?
For me, Saturday and Sunday was great. Got a lot of surge rides, like I expected. I know a lot of people were posting that the dollar amount you're supposed to make on the surges were not matching up, and so a lot of drivers were declining rides. I've always said this from the beginning, that you always have to remember that everything's computerized and computers make mistakes. For example, I saw my meter at 1.9 and I got a ride. I read the bottom of it. It said I was going to John Wayne from it was half a mile away from me. And my thing said I was going to make $12 to $16, which I knew that wasn't right. So I accepted the ride, took it. When I dropped them off, it ended up being $22 of earnings for me. So I noticed that was wrong. That's why I'm always mentioning to everybody about the 2x surge app for all you Apple phone people. You need to download that app so that you know what the surge is. And this is the only time I'm going to recommend people to start canceling, because Uber's going to start getting mad at you if you your cancellation percentage is too high. I think, they don't like it when you're above like 8% or 10%. Before you could be at 20%. They never really said anything, but I think now they're becoming a little bit more stricter on it. But that's just hearsay. I'm not for sure. What I've been doing is that when I'm in a surge area and I see a price point on a ride and see where it's going, I will accept it, and then I will click the 3 bars on the right side of the phone and find out what the surge is. So one of my rides, it said $33 to LAX, but it said 1.6 on it. So I knew that wasn't right, because usually I get about $33 on the non-surge rides up to LAX. And by the time I dropped them off, I was correct. I got $53. So don't always believe, guys, that everything that you see on that thing. And then how many times have you taken non-surge rides when it says 7 to 9 and it comes out like $6.80? Well, for me, it comes out like that all the time because I have a left foot. I don't drive like Lonnie.
What? This is $1 million foot, okay?
Sorry.
Just kidding.
So I just want to let you know that. I know there was a lot of good rides after Saturday night with the Conor McGregor fight. I heard there was a very short fight. We had the motocross at NAMM Stadium. We had the NAMM. There was a few drivers that got some good rides at the motocross. Jay got a ride to Santa Monica on 3.2. I think he got paid like $126 on it. Good for you, Jay. Clap, clap, clap. Good job, good job. Geoff Maurer, the idiot, was at Anaheim. He took a 3.2 that went to Costa Mesa. He got paid $30, and he was all bragging to me about that. What a moron. What a moron. I was like, you're so stupid. If it's that high, why don't you just wait for a $40 or $50 ride? He probably would have showed up. And, he was just mumble, I don't know. I was just happy you're getting this ride. He goes, I was kind of worried that Uber might get mad at me for declining so many calls. I'm like, Uber doesn't care if you decline calls anymore, you dummy. That's why he got kicked out of the group, because he's so dumb. I hope you're listening, Geoff. I'm going to call him up anyway and tell him to listen to this episode. I think the upcoming weeks, we don't have a lot going on. I guess the latest news right now that everyone's talking about is that you can set up your own surge on the rate that you want to charge in the smaller markets like Palm Springs and Santa Barbara. I know, Dolph, you and your Uber buddies out there did a little test run on that. You want to explain that a little bit to us, Dolphy Reno?
Yeah, well, just to be clear, it's only available at the airport, Santa Barbara Airport. It is not...
Oh, nowhere else?
No. It's only at the airport. Only when you're in the parking lot, kind of like in the queue. Here's something that people have been worrying about, is that people are going to start like setting their price under the flat rate, right?
Well, that can't happen, right?
1.0. No, you cannot do that. Because that was actually a big worry. It's like, then people are going to start driving for like 5 cents a mile.
Well, those are, the people that talk about that on social media, they're a bunch of idiots.
No, they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, they always like to stir up crap and make other people, they always got negative things to say, nothing ever positive. And I remember when I used to start, when I did this job and I was working, I was like, yeah, there's a lot of parts of the Uber I didn't like, but it was still my job, right? But man, I did not bitch like some of these people do. You always hear negative stuff on online about them. Why? I mean, seriously, those are the only people I want to say to. Why are you doing this job if you don't like Uber and Lyft that much? I mean, I hate Lyft. Everybody knows it. I don't even do Lyft anymore. It's that simple, right?
Yeah. Now, the other thing, what's interesting is that there is no longer a queue at Santa Barbara Airport.
So that's really interesting, too.
So what that means is it'll actually show there'll be, let's say, 5 to 10 cars in the lot, or it'll say, 20 to 25, just depending on how many cars are in that parking lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's no longer a queue. It goes to the lowest bidder. So if there are people at flat rate or set at flat rate, it's going to go to them first before, people who have it set at 1.1, 1.2. Now, here's the thing. You can set it in 10% increments or 0.1 increments all the way up to 5.0 surge.
So 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, whatever, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
all the way to 5.0.
So basically, if you're the only driver at the airport and there's 10 people getting off the plane, then you might want to put it at 5.0 and get that one person.
Exactly.
Okay. So otherwise, it's pretty much useless because I'm sure everyone's going to keep it at the flat rate. If you want to get it right?
Yeah. Now, here's one interesting thing that we figured out is, so 4 guys did this. They were the only 4 in the lot. One set it at 1.1. Another guy set it at 1.2. Another guy set it at 1.3, and then another guy set it at 1.4. The ping from the airplane actually came at first to the guy at 1.1. He actually declined it. Then the same ping went to the 1.2 guy. He declined it. Then it went 1.3. So it is actually consistent to what we're thinking is that it is going to the cheapest guy first. Until the last guy declines it.
Very, very interesting.
Wow, that's interesting.
So now we know how that works. So what happens if there's no one in the lot? Well, I guess what happens is that if everyone's set at 1.5, the ping will go outside of the airport and it'll ping a driver.
Like if let's say I'm like 7 minutes away from the airport, not in that little queue, the imaginary queue area that used to be there, that means you're telling me that I would get the ping?
Yeah, that person will get a ping. They will not get a surge. Actually, if you're outside of the airport, you do not have the option to set your price above 1.0.
Because you're outside. Yeah, because you're outside the airport.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So, yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. And then, of course...
But I'm sure if one of the people that set their rates a little bit higher, they would have got it before the outside person. But I mean, that would make sense. But I mean, this is kind of you guys are Uber's doing this to make it look like that we are
independent
contractors.
Yeah,
right.
That's the battle. Yeah,
right. But I think that they're also doing it knowing that drivers are going to get screwed because we got Larry, Dick, and Joe, and Curly that not on social media. They don't know about these things, and they're never going to set their price higher.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, and honestly, I wouldn't have known about this. When I was driving to the airport, I actually had my app on, and it was weird because I got a ping going into the airport. Ping! And... Odd enough, I didn't actually, I didn't take it because something was up. I was like, ping! So I went into the parking lot and I found out what was going on, and it showed up on my app saying, you're set to receive rides at 1.0. You could adjust it higher. Yeah. So that's how I found out that Santa Barbara Airport works that way now. Well,
interesting.
But, the speculation with me and the other drivers that work that airport is I don't think it's going to last, honestly.
So what's going on with Lyft? Nothing. Zero. Nada.
Nothing.
It's funny
really.
that you even asked that question.
Well, no, because everyone's been asking on the internet, when do you think Lyft is going to change all this stuff? They haven't done crap.
They haven't done anything.
Yeah, maybe they don't have the technology to move it over as fast as Uber.
I've heard that they went to 2 destination filters and then they went back to 6.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. They went from 2 back to 6. Maybe things are going to start changing with them. I'm sure they're going to do the same thing as Uber's doing. But I remember when I was doing a lot of Lyft, I was getting a lot of short rides with them.
Yeah, it's true.
Right?
Yeah.
I felt, this might be different for other people in different counties and different places of everywhere. But I remember doing a lot of $2.40 rides with Lyft.
I get a lot of short rides that are far away. Like,
oh, yeah, that too. Yeah,
seems to be the problem with Lyft, Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm just going to say Lyft sucks again.
The only way that I found Lyft was even remotely worth it was when they had Quest bonuses, And
right, I agree.
Yeah,
or in the beginning when I started with them, they would let you keep percentage of the whole percentage of the ride, or 95% of the ride, up to 100% of the ride.
I'm seeing right here. There's a scheduled pickup in my area, and it's like tomorrow, and I would get $3 to $5 if I pick them up.
Nice. You should take it because then you could be in my category, Dolph. You know what category that is?
What's that?
It's
King Whore.
I don't know. The thing is that I feel like being a ping whore for Uber is way different than being a ping whore for Lyft now. That's like
at least Uber lubes your ass up first before the they do with Lyft they don't. There's no protection at all. There's no lube.
Jeez,
just like jail time.
Just a random thing too.
Yeah.
Is now I'm not sure if this is going to change in any of the other airports, but at Santa Barbara Airport they were blocking destination filters out of that airport, and
Really?
now they actually are not. There's no block on destination filters. So I don't know if that's going to happen.
DTF.
Yeah, it's obviously not going to happen at LAX. But, I think
Yes.
Burbank, there is no destination filter. Burbank Airport, and there's not one in
before I got married and I was dating Joan, I used to use my DTF filter, but it didn't work very often. It never worked.
Wow. Oh my
I love how Lonnie always gets my jokes and Dolph doesn't laugh. It's all right though. It's all right. It's all right. He'll catch on one of these days.
Eventually.
Yeah. So another thing I was talking to a lot of drivers about their earnings, especially when it's slow these days, what rides take, what rides not to take. I still definitely will not take the $2 to $3 rides or $3 to $5 rides. I don't think those are they're not really making money. But my limit is the 5 and up, and it's also depending on the time of day. It's also checking on when I'm always checking the passenger apps to find out where the other cars are. So if it's 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm out working, I'm not gonna take the $4 to $6 rides. I'm not taking the 3 to 5. I'm not taking the 5 to 7. I'm going to wait for the $8 to $11 rides. I'm going to wait for the $10 to $13 rides. I'm not taking anything lower than that because I know the location that I'm in, someone needs to go to the airport.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if it's 10 o'clock in the 10 o'clock in the morning, and let's say I'm just dropped off at John Wayne and I'm driving back towards, I don't know, Anaheim or Newport or Irvine or wherever, then a 5 to 7 call comes, I will take it at that time. So you have to really think about where you are, what location you're in. Are people going to the airport? Are they going somewhere far? Sometimes you might get lucky and get one of those $22 to $25 ride pings. That's how I'm figuring out what rides I'm taking, what rides I'm not taking. Also, like around 2 o'clock to 3:30, I'm not parking my car near a high school, right? But at least we know you're picking up from the high school. And I've noticed that I've been getting pings in the afternoons where like the passenger rating is low and they put it at a house address across the street from the high school. So these high school kids are they're getting smarter. Right. So, watch out for that. I'd rather not take them. And then if it's a high rated customer, you actually accept it or whatever, I might give them a call ahead of time.
Chances are too, those rides are between $5 and $8.
Yeah, so, sometimes they're 2 to 3.
Well, no, I mean, the thing is you can decline those. Wait for $10 or more. I mean, it's fine.
No, I'm just saying that if you accept, but there's kids that take the $10 rides.
That's true. Sometimes they take the half-hour rides.
Right. Again, the Uber sent out another opt-out form. Make sure you do it quickly. They sent it out on January 6th, so basically you have until February 6th to fill it out. Again, you have to, in that email, it's opt-out at uber.com. You need to say that your name, your email address associated with your Uber account, your phone number, the city you drive in, and then you need to say in your email that you want to opt out. They will send you another automated reply, saying little stupid stuff like this is just an opt-out thing. If you need help on Uber, go to uber.com.help, blah, 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 blah. Dolph, did you opt out yet?
I did.
Did you do it twice?
I did. Well, actually, I didn't even accept the first one because there was one like before the beginning of the year, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's when you weren't working.
Yeah, I wasn't working that entire month. So, but I did it for the one on the 6th.
Yeah. So, for all you Uber drivers, make sure if you don't opt out, it just basically means that if anything ever happens, like you lose your job or whatever, you can never sue them. Uber's decision is final. I don't think you want that. I don't know if I mentioned in my case that I opted out the first thing that they gave us back in 2014. I opted out that. A lot of drivers didn't. I'm supposed to be receiving my check probably within the next 60 days, which I've been waiting almost 5 years for. Damn, seriously, I've been waiting a long time. I was just telling Joan the other day, I go, I'm like, I don't even care now. I just want it. I just want this lawsuit to be over with.
I feel you.
Yeah. So I just can't wait till it's over, and then I'll go party like it's still 1999. You guys remember that song? Probably not. Lonnie, you were probably born in 1999.
Oh no! Oh, gosh, I'm a decade older than that.
All right. Anyway, I'm kind of sick right now, and no joke, I have a bloody nose.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Yeah, I just started bleeding. So I think we should probably wrap up this podcast. Thank you for listening. Always remember to tip your driver.
And don't be creepy.
And if Johnny's your driver, sit diagonally.
Yeah, never sit in the front seat. Until next time, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Vagina.
For more information about driving for Uber and Lyft, reach out to us on Facebook or visit our website at kingofuber.com.